Be a good thing then.
Okay, I'm here with an incredible person who traveled miles and miles. Who we had a chat about 13 years ago, and he actually remembered the conversation. And so he came out here to do some work for a couple-day intensive, and we're going to give people a little idea about what happens when they get here. It's kind of a mystery to a lot of people. So the his name was Darius, and the first thing we did was we kind of got to know him a little bit. What was what's been going on with him and why he's here and what his goals are, and uh, then we did some assessments, various things around the diaphragm strengthener and the number count and the Voldine and the uh, uh, just different senses of what he wants with his life. He had some voice challenges, had done some surgery that maybe wasn't so good for him, and so we're beginning to work on how to rehab that, and we've made some pretty good inroads
Yes.
in the past 24 hours even, and so we've smoothed things out a lot, had a very strong rasp, and so now we're changing that. Uh, so. I think I'll just give him a little chance to talk about a little bit about what his experience has been, what his goals are, and we'll just continue on with the rest of our session. So Darius, take over.
Thank you, Mike. And basically just wanted to achieve a more robust speaking voice and get a chance to tap into something that we are innately born with, is just connected breath. And it's through some of the habits that we learn over the years that we get disconnected from that. So I'm here with Mike to get reconnected with that.
And 13 years ago, we had a conversation that I don't remember, but he remembers it. And so it took him that long to get here. So persistence is omnipotent.
Yes.
That's it. Persistence. So we talked about hiatal hernia. Basically, say more about getting back into your body.
Right.
Say more about that.
Oh, say more about it. Okay. It was just over the years, through probably some unconscious bad habits, that I've became disconnected from my natural speaking voice.
I think football might have helped that, and soccer might have helped that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was playing some indoor flag football for a while, and I think one of the hits there is what caused that hiatal hernia. So coming back from that caused a bit of an acid reflux issue, and now I'm here to kind of work through the rest of those things because I've had some body work done over the years, and now we're getting back to square one.
So we may, I strongly suspect that the acid reflux had something to do with a voice challenge, because the acid kept coming up, into the throat, and that was a diet issue. And he used to be 300 pounds, and he's dropped 75 or close to that, and so was on the way to a few more pounds. But that's been a major change. He made a major dietary change. Over to and tried raw food for a while, did that for a while,
Yep.
And then vegan, went into the vegan. He's pretty much a vegan now. He just connected me with Game Changers, the video, so I'm going to watch that real soon, because I think it's going to be really cool. So acid reflux quite often can cause a lot of things, and people they treat it with drugstore approaches, and that doesn't work. It just treats the symptom, not the cause. You basically want to work with drinking more water and having digestive enzymes and betaine hydrochloride, as well as or betaine hydrochloride, as well as raw foods and plant-based foods.
Right.
So that's what's working for him. We want to back that off. But now what we have to do is, we've had some damage with the voice. We have to begin to work the breathing properly so that the voice is strong and clean and clear, and you don't keep exacerbating it or rubbing, basically rubbing salt in the wound.
Right.
Is that making sense?
Perfect sense.
Okay, so one of the big challenges is maintenance. So we're working on creating a few habits that are supportive,
Right.
and how to know that they're working moment to moment. And I'd have to go to a check with an MRI to see what's working or not. But you'll be able to tell moment to moment, just like a good physical therapist will be able to be almost as good as an X-ray in many, many, many arenas that we don't even consider. So we did the strapping technique. We noticed there was about the first technique was about a 20% reported increase in breathing ease, or maybe it was 20 to 30, I think you said.
Right.
Okay, then the second one I did was about 20%, and then I said, do you feel more calm? On a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is as calm as you could imagine, and 3 is where we started, I think you said a 7
Yes.
level of calm. Okay. Then we worked with the OBRs, they're called optimal breath releases, which is where I basically get you face down and I begin to put a lot of pressure on your back and make you force your breathing into certain ways. And then there's a relaxation component to that, and I think you stated that you were so relaxed you didn't want to get up.
Right.
That was a 10. That was a 10.
Maybe 11.
And so one of the purposes for that is to begin to get people more in touch with their state of relaxation. Cherokee have a sign language. How's it going, man? You say, shway, like that. So we're looking for that reference point inside yourself that reminds you, gets you connected with what that feels like, because stress levels have taken us way out of that way.
Right.
So we've long forgotten how relaxed people are, or how they can be, or how they should be. Had a fellow that was in Afghanistan, a military guy, been buying our products for years, finally came stateside, and he calls me up and he says, "Hey, I'm back in the States," and I said, "Oh, that's really great. I'm glad you're out of there." And he said, "Yeah, it's really good to be home and be relaxed." And I thought, this man has not really felt relaxed. And maybe compared to Afghanistan, he's relaxed, but compared to the real world and how relaxed you could be, he's got some time, he's got some distance to cover here. So I want this to be insights for you all out there, that there are levels of deep calm that we've never even thought of for years and years and years. Right. And they've been lost, and some people never had them. They came out of the womb, in shock, and they stayed there. So how do we begin to address this? First, we need to know there's a problem. Then we need to have some ideas that are quick and easy, non-invasive, that work and that are sustainable.
All right.
What we're going, and then we went into the TurboOxygen room, and I worked him, and he's a worker, and we measured him with the muscle ox and the heart rate chest strap, and then I began to work him and push him to where he got worked but not overworked. Okay, and then we took him into a resting phase where he would rest on our spinalator, a chiropractic tool. I'm a big believer in chiropractic, under our chiropractic tool. And then we went back and worked him again. And then I put him in the massage chair, which has pneumatics all over it, and kept him hooked up to the oxygen. And he came out of there with a very big smile on his face. So anyway, we're into day 2 now, and I hope this has been informative and inspiring. And I bless this man for showing up.
Thank you, sir.